Hello and welcome to MedSpirit. Thank you for choosing Diabetes Beyond Sugar, separating myths from science for a healthier future. This book is more than just about blood sugar. It's about understanding the real, often hidden factors that influence diabetes. Together, we'll break through myths, explore the science, and empower you with practical steps for a healthier future. So wherever you are, whether you're listening during your daily routine or seeking answers, you're about to begin a journey of clarity and hope. Let's get started. Diabetes Beyond Sugar, separating myths from science for a healthier future. MedSpirit. Introduction. Diabetes is one of the most misunderstood health conditions in the world. For years, people have believed that eating too much sugar is the main reason people get diabetes. This idea has become so common that many think avoiding sweets is all it takes to prevent the disease. But the truth is far more complicated. Diabetes is not caused by sugar alone. It's a condition influenced by many different things, including your family history, your daily habits, and even the environment around you. Unfortunately, this misunderstanding has created myths that confuse people and make it harder to understand what really causes diabetes and how to prevent it. It's easy to see why sugar often gets blamed. Eating too much sugar can lead to weight gain, and being overweight is one of the biggest risk factors for type 2 diabetes. Sugary foods and drinks are also everywhere, making it seem like they are the main culprit. But focusing only on sugar oversimplifies the issue and hides other important causes. Things like not moving enough during the day, living with constant stress, and even not getting enough sleep can also increase the chances of developing diabetes. And for many people, having a family history of diabetes means they are at higher risk, no matter how healthy their diet is. While cutting back on sugar is a good step for better health, it's not the full solution to preventing diabetes. This book is here to uncover the truth. We'll take a closer look at what diabetes really is, how it affects the body, and what actually causes it. Using simple explanations and science-backed facts, this book will help you separate myths from reality. You'll also learn practical tips to make smarter choices about your health so you can reduce your risk or manage diabetes more effectively if you already have it. But understanding diabetes isn't just about food, it's about looking at the bigger picture. How do your daily routines, stress levels, and the environment you live in play a role? What can you do to improve your overall health without feeling overwhelmed? This book will guide you through these questions with clear information and easy-to-follow advice. Together, we'll uncover the facts, correct the myths, and take meaningful steps toward a healthier future for everyone. Chapter 1. What is diabetes? Diabetes is more than just a health condition. It is a complex and life-changing reality for millions of people around the world. At its core, diabetes affects how your body uses one of its most vital energy sources, sugar or glucose. To understand what diabetes really is, let's take a closer look at how your body works and what happens when this process is disrupted. Every time you eat, your body breaks down food into nutrients, including glucose. Glucose is like fuel for your cells, powering everything from your muscles to your brain. Once glucose enters your bloodstream, it needs help to get inside your cells, where it can be used for energy. That's where insulin comes in. Insulin is a hormone produced by the pancreas, an organ that sits just behind your stomach. Think of insulin as a key that unlocks the doors of your cells, allowing glucose to move in and provide energy. In diabetes, this system doesn't work as it should. Either your pancreas doesn't make enough insulin, or your cells stop responding to the insulin being produced. When this happens, glucose builds up in your bloodstream instead of being used by your cells. This leads to high blood sugar levels, which can cause a range of short-term and long-term health problems. Diabetes isn't a single condition. It is a group of conditions, each with its own causes and challenges. Type 1 diabetes is an autoimmune disease, which means the body's immune system mistakenly attacks itself. In this case, the immune system destroys the cells in the pancreas that produce insulin. Without insulin, glucose can't enter the cells, and blood sugar levels rise dangerously high. This form of diabetes often starts in childhood or early adulthood, but it can develop at any age. People with type 1 diabetes rely on daily insulin injections or pumps to stay alive. Scientists are still working to understand why the immune system behaves this way, but genetics and certain environmental triggers, like viral infections, are thought to play a role. Type 2 diabetes is the most common form of diabetes, accounting for about 90% of all cases worldwide. Unlike type 1 diabetes, where the body stops producing insulin altogether, type 2 diabetes develops gradually. At first, the body becomes resistant to insulin, meaning the cells no longer respond to it as they should. To compensate, the pancreas produces more insulin, but over time it can't keep up, and blood sugar levels rise. Type 2 diabetes is often linked to lifestyle factors like being overweight, eating an unhealthy diet, and not getting enough exercise, but it's not always about lifestyle choices. Genetics plays a major role, which is why even people who live active, healthy lives can develop this condition. There is also gestational diabetes, which occurs during pregnancy. As the baby grows, the placenta produces hormones that can interfere with how insulin works. This can cause blood sugar levels to rise. Gestational diabetes usually goes away after the baby is born, but it increases the mother's risk of developing type 2 diabetes later in life. Other rare forms of diabetes exist as well, such as monogenic diabetes, which is caused by a mutation in a single gene, and sick secondary diabetes, which develops as a result of another medical condition or the use of certain medications. Diabetes is more than just a condition of high blood sugar. It affects nearly every part of the body over time if left unmanaged. Long-term high blood sugar can damage the blood vessels and nerves, leading to complications like heart disease, kidney failure, vision loss, and foot problems that can sometimes require amputation. But what makes diabetes even more challenging is how quietly it develops in many people. In its early stages, especially with type 2 diabetes, there may be no noticeable symptoms at all. Many people don't know they have diabetes until it's already caused significant health problems. Living with diabetes isn't just about managing physical health, it also takes an emotional toll. The daily routines of monitoring blood sugar, taking medications, and watching what you eat can feel overwhelming. For many, there is also a sense of guilt or blame, especially when misinformation about diabetes is so widespread. How many times have we heard someone say, if you'd just eaten less sugar, you wouldn't have diabetes? This oversimplifies the condition and ignores its deeper, more complex causes. Diabetes is not your fault. Yes, some factors like diet and exercise play a role, but so do things you can't control, like your genes, your family history, and even certain illnesses. Instead of focusing on blame, it's more helpful to focus on understanding. The more we know about diabetes, the better equipped we are to manage it and live full, healthy lives. Managing diabetes starts with education. Knowing how your body works, why blood sugar rises, and what factors influence your condition can make all the difference. It's also about taking action, one step at a time. Whether it's incorporating a short walk into your day, making small changes to your meals, or simply scheduling a doctor's visit to check your blood sugar, every effort counts. Diabetes doesn't have to control your life. It's true that managing the condition takes work, but it's also an opportunity to take charge of your health in new ways. As you move forward, remember that diabetes is not a single-story condition. It's deeply personal, and everyone's journey is different. By learning more and staying proactive, you can write your own story with diabetes, one that is full of strength, resilience, and hope. Chapter 2. The myths about diabetes. Diabetes is one of the most misunderstood conditions in the world. While millions of people live with it daily, the condition is surrounded by myths that confuse, misinform, and often stigmatize those affected. These misconceptions have become so ingrained that they overshadow the scientific facts, making it harder for people to understand what diabetes really is and how it can be managed or prevented. One of the most common myths is that diabetes is caused by eating too much sugar. It's easy to see where this idea comes from. After all, sugar is often labeled as the villain of modern health problems. We hear about sugar in everything from soft drinks to processed foods. And it's true that consuming too much sugar isn't good for anyone. But the idea that diabetes is solely caused by sugar oversimplifies a condition that is far more complex. Type 1 diabetes, for instance, has nothing to do with how much sugar you eat. It's an autoimmune disease, meaning your immune system attacks your body's insulin-producing cells. Type 2 diabetes, on the other hand, is linked to many factors like genetics, weight, physical activity, and even stress, and not just sugar intake. While a diet high in sugar can contribute to weight gain and poor health, it's just one piece of a larger puzzle. In reality, diabetes develops when a combination of factors disrupts how your body processes glucose, not because you ate that extra slice of cake. Another myth is that only overweight or obese people get diabetes. While being overweight does increase your risk of developing type 2 diabetes, it's not the sole determinant. Plenty of people with diabetes are of average weight or even underweight. Genetics plays a huge role. If you have a family history of diabetes, you may be at risk regardless of your size. Lifestyle factors like diet and exercise are important, but they don't tell the whole story. This myth is particularly harmful because it creates shame and blame around diabetes, making people feel judged rather than supported. Some people believe that diabetes is not a serious condition, thinking it's just about managing blood sugar with a few pills or injections. This couldn't be further from the truth. Diabetes is a lifelong condition that requires constant attention and management. If left untreated or poorly controlled, it can lead to severe complications, including heart disease, kidney failure, blindness, and even amputations. It's not just a condition, it's a challenge that affects every part of a person's life. There is also the belief that diabetes is inevitable if it runs in your family. While having a family history of diabetes does increase your risk, it doesn't mean you're destined to develop the condition. Genetics may load the gun, but lifestyle pulls the trigger. By making healthy choices, like staying active, eating well, and managing stress, you can significantly reduce your risk, even if diabetes runs in your family. Another myth is that people with diabetes can never eat sweets or enjoy their favorite foods again. This creates unnecessary fear and makes diabetes management seem much harder than it needs to be. The truth is, people with diabetes can enjoy sweets in moderation as part of a balanced diet. It's all about understanding how food affects blood sugar and learning to make informed choices. Living with diabetes doesn't mean giving up everything you love. It means finding a balance that works for you. Misconceptions like these don't just confuse people, they can have real consequences. They can lead to stigma, making people feel ashamed or judged for their condition. They can also create barriers to proper care, as people may avoid seeking help or making changes because they believe diabetes is entirely their fault. By addressing these myths, we can start to change the conversation around diabetes. Instead of blame and misinformation, we can focus on education and empowerment. Diabetes is not a simple condition, but with the right knowledge, it can be managed effectively. In the chapters ahead, we will delve deeper into the causes of diabetes, separating fact from fiction and giving you the tools you need to understand this condition fully. Chapter 3. The Science of Diabetes. How it really happens. To truly understand diabetes, it's important to go beyond the surface and explain the science of what is happening inside the body. Diabetes isn't a one-size-fits-all condition. It is a complex disorder that unfolds when the body's ability to regulate blood sugar goes off track. This chapter will take you step by step through the processes that lead to diabetes, breaking down the science into relatable terms so you can grasp not just what diabetes is, but why it develops. 13. At the heart of it all is glucose, the sugar your body relies on for energy. Glucose is like fuel for your cells, powering everything from your heartbeat to your ability to think. After you eat, your body breaks food down into nutrients, including glucose, which enters your bloodstream. Normally, when glucose levels rise, your pancreas releases insulin. Insulin is a hormone that acts as a key, unlocking the doors of your cells so glucose can move inside and be used as energy. In diabetes, this finely tuned system breaks down. Either the pancreas doesn't produce enough insulin, or the cells stop responding to insulin effectively. This causes glucose to stay in the bloodstream, leading to high blood sugar levels. Over time, this imbalance can damage various parts of the body, including blood vessels, nerves, and organs. There are several types of diabetes, each with its own underlying cause. Let's take a closer look at how these types develop. Type 1 diabetes. In type 1 diabetes, the body's own immune system attacks the insulin-producing cells in the pancreas, known as beta cells. Scientists don't know exactly why this happens, but genetics and environmental factors, like viral infections, are thought to play a role. Without enough beta cells, the pancreas can't produce the insulin the body needs. This form of diabetes usually appears in childhood or young adulthood, and its onset can be sudden and severe. Type 2. Diabetes. Type 2 diabetes develops more gradually. At first, the body becomes resistant to insulin, meaning the cells no longer respond to it properly. The pancreas tries to compensate by producing more insulin, but eventually it can't keep up. Blood sugar levels begin to rise, and over time, this leads to full-blown diabetes. Unlike type 1 diabetes, type 2 is strongly influenced by lifestyle factors like diet, exercise, and weight. But genetics also play a major role. Even people who are fit and active can develop type 2 diabetes if they are genetically predisposed. Gestational diabetes. During pregnancy, hormonal changes can interfere with how insulin works, leading to high blood sugar levels. This is known as gestational diabetes. While it usually resolves after the baby is born, it increases the risk of both the mother and child developing type 2 diabetes later in life. What happens when blood sugar stays high? High blood sugar, also known as hyperglycemia, isn't just a number on a test. It is a condition that can affect nearly every part of the body. Over time, the excess sugar in the bloodstream damages blood vessels and nerves. This can lead to complications like heart disease, kidney failure, vision problems, and even amputations. High blood sugar also makes it harder for wounds to heal, increasing the risk of infections. But why does this happen? The answer lies in the toxic effects of prolonged high blood sugar on the body's systems. Think of it like leaving sugar water out in the sun over time. It thickens and becomes sticky. In your body, this stickiness affects your blood vessels, making it harder for blood to flow smoothly. It also triggers inflammation, which can damage cells and tissues. The role of insulin resistance. Insulin resistance is a key factor in type 2 diabetes. Imagine trying to open a door with a rusty lock. The key fits, but it doesn't turn easily. In insulin resistance, the cell's locks become rusty, making it harder for insulin to do its job. To compensate, the pancreas works overtime, producing more insulin to overcome the resistance. But this extra effort isn't sustainable. Over time, the pancreas wears out and insulin production drops, leading to higher blood sugar levels. The hormonal domino effect. Diabetes doesn't just affect glucose and insulin, it sets off a chain reaction that disrupts other hormones in the body. For example, high blood sugar can suppress leptin, the hormone that signals fullness, making it harder to control appetite. It can also affect cortisol, the stress hormone, which in turn can worsen blood sugar control. These hormonal imbalances create a vicious cycle that makes managing diabetes even more challenging. Understanding prediabetes. Before type 2 diabetes develops, there's often a stage called prediabetes, where blood sugar levels are higher than normal but not yet in the diabetic range. Prediabetes is a warning sign that something is off with your body's glucose regulation. The good news is that prediabetes is reversible with lifestyle changes like healthier eating, regular exercise, and weight management. Catching it early can prevent or delay the onset of full-blown diabetes. The bigger picture. Diabetes doesn't happen overnight, and it's rarely caused by a single factor. It's a complex interplay of genetics, environment, lifestyle, and even luck. Understanding the science behind diabetes isn't just about knowing what's happening in your body, it's about recognizing the opportunities to take control. Whether it's preventing diabetes or managing it effectively, knowledge is your greatest tool. In the next chapter, we'll explain the real causes of diabetes, separating facts from myths and diving deeper into what truly drives this condition. By understanding the root causes, you'll be better equipped to take meaningful steps toward better health. Chapter 4. The real causes of diabetes. Diabetes is often misunderstood as being caused by a single factor, like eating too much sugar. But the truth is much more complex. Diabetes is not just a result of lifestyle choices or dietary habits. It's influenced by a combination of factors that include genetics, environment, and overall health. To fully understand the causes of diabetes, we need to look at the bigger picture and break down the many elements that contribute to this condition. Genetics, the blueprint of diabetes. For many people, diabetes begins with their DNA. If you have a family history of diabetes, your chances of developing the condition are significantly higher. But genetics doesn't guarantee that you will get diabetes, it simply increases your risk. Think of it as having a predisposition, like inheriting the foundation for a house. The foundation is there, but whether or not the house is built depends on other factors. For type 1 diabetes, genetics plays a strong role, but it's not the only factor. Environmental triggers, such as viral infections, are believed to activate the immune system's attack on insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. Scientists are still studying why this happens, but they believe a combination of genetic susceptibility and external influences is to blame. In type 2 diabetes, genetics is equally significant. Certain genes can make your body more likely to develop insulin resistance or produce insufficient insulin. If you have a parent or sibling with type 2 diabetes, your risk doubles or even triples. However, just because you inherit a higher risk doesn't mean you're destined to develop the condition. Lifestyle factors, the fuel for the fire. While genetics may set the stage, lifestyle factors often determine whether diabetes actually develops. These include diet, physical activity, and weight management. A sedentary lifestyle combined with poor dietary choices is a significant contributor to type 2 diabetes. Diets high in processed foods, unhealthy fats, and refined carbohydrates can lead to weight gain and increase insulin resistance. Over time, the body's cells become less responsive to insulin, forcing the pancreas to produce more and more until it can no longer keep up. Physical activity plays a key role in diabetes prevention and management. Exercise helps your body use insulin more effectively, reducing the strain on your pancreas. When you move, your muscles use glucose for energy, lowering blood sugar levels naturally. In contrast, a lack of physical activity can worsen insulin resistance and increase your risk. Weight is another critical factor, but it's important to note that not everyone with type 2 diabetes is overweight. Obesity, especially when fat is stored around the abdomen, increases insulin resistance. However, many people of normal weight also develop diabetes, proving that it's not just about how much you weigh, but how your body processes insulin and glucose. Environmental and social influences. Our environment and the society we live in also shape our risk for diabetes. Easy access to fast food, the demands of busy lifestyles, and stress can all contribute to poor dietary choices and inactivity. Additionally, economic factors often limit access to healthy foods, creating disparities in diabetes prevalence. Chronic stress and poor sleep, common in today's fast-paced world, can also raise blood sugar levels and interfere with insulin function. The stress hormone cortisol increases glucose production in the liver, making it harder to control blood sugar levels over time. The role of other health conditions. Certain medical conditions and medications can increase the risk of developing diabetes. For example, polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS, a hormonal disorder, is closely linked to insulin resistance. People with high blood pressure or abnormal cholesterol levels are also at greater risk, as these conditions often occur alongside diabetes. Medications such as corticosteroids, antipsychotics, and some treatments for HIV can cause blood sugar levels to rise. In these cases, diabetes may develop as a secondary condition, requiring careful management alongside the primary health issue. Debunking the sugar myth. One of the biggest misconceptions about diabetes is that it's caused solely by eating too much sugar. While it's true that excessive sugar consumption can lead to weight gain and poor health, it's not the direct cause of diabetes. The condition is far more complex, involving insulin function, genetic predisposition, and other factors. The real issue with sugar is not just its quantity, but its impact on the body. Sugary foods and drinks can cause rapid spikes in blood sugar, forcing the pancreas to work harder to produce insulin. Over time, this can contribute to insulin resistance and strain the body's ability to regulate blood sugar. However, diabetes is not the result of eating dessert one too many times. It's the result of a long-term imbalance in how the body handles glucose. Taking control, what you can do. While some factors like genetics are beyond your control, there are many ways to reduce your risk of diabetes or manage the condition if you already have it. Small lifestyle changes, like adding more physical activity to your day, eating balanced meals, and managing stress, can make a big difference. Even if you have a family history of diabetes, these changes can delay or prevent its onset. Understanding the real causes of diabetes is the first step toward breaking free from the myths and taking control of your health. It's not about blame or fear, it's about empowerment. By focusing on what you can do, rather than what you can't, you can make informed decisions that improve your health and well-being. In the next chapter, we'll explain how diabetes affects the body in the short and long term, uncovering the hidden ways this condition affects overall health. Chapter 5. How diabetes affects the body. Diabetes is often thought of as just a blood sugar problem, but its effects go far beyond glucose levels. When diabetes is not properly managed, it can affect nearly every organ in the body, sometimes in ways that aren't immediately noticeable. The damage happens gradually, and by the time symptoms appear, complications may already be developing. Understanding how diabetes affects different parts of the body is crucial for prevention, early intervention, and effective management. The cardiovascular system, the heart and blood vessels. One of the most serious effects of diabetes is its impact on the heart and blood vessels. High blood sugar levels over time cause damage to the walls of the blood vessels, making them stiff and narrow. This increases the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, stroke, and poor circulation. Diabetes also affects cholesterol and fat levels in the blood, leading to an increase in bad LDL cholesterol and a decrease in good HDL cholesterol. This imbalance contributes to plaque buildup in the arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis. Over time, these narrowed or blocked arteries can lead to life-threatening complications such as heart attacks or strokes. People with diabetes are twice as likely to develop heart disease compared to those without the condition. That's why managing blood sugar isn't the only concern. Keeping blood pressure and cholesterol in check is just as important. The nervous system, nerve damage, neuropathy. Diabetes can also damage nerves, a condition known as diabetic neuropathy. This often affects the hands and feet, leading to numbness, tingling, pain, or even loss of sensation. When nerve damage progresses, small injuries like cuts or blisters may go unnoticed, increasing the risk of infections. In severe cases, untreated infections can lead to ulcers that do not heal properly. This can result in the need for amputation of toes, feet, or even legs. Poor circulation due to damaged blood vessels makes these complications worse as the body struggles to deliver enough oxygen and nutrients to the affected areas. Nerve damage doesn't just affect the limbs. It can also affect digestion, bladder function, and even sexual health. Some people experience digestive issues like nausea, vomiting, or constipation due to nerve damage in the stomach, a condition called gastroparesis. Others may struggle with urinary incontinence or erectile dysfunction as a result of diabetes-related nerve damage. The kidneys, filtering waste becomes difficult. Your kidneys play a critical role in filtering waste and excess fluids from the blood. However, high blood sugar levels can damage the tiny blood vessels in the kidneys, reducing their ability to function properly. This condition, known as diabetic nephropathy, can eventually lead to kidney failure if left untreated. People with diabetes are at a higher risk of developing chronic kidney disease, CKD, which can progress silently for years without noticeable symptoms. By the time kidney failure occurs, dialysis or a kidney transplant may be the only options. This is why regular kidney function tests are essential for people with diabetes. The eyes, vision problems, and blindness. Diabetes is one of the leading causes of blindness worldwide. High blood sugar can damage the small blood vessels in the eyes, leading to a condition called diabetic retinopathy. In the early stages, there may be no symptoms, but as the damage progresses, vision may become blurry or distorted. If left untreated, diabetic retinopathy can lead to complete vision loss. Diabetes also increases the risk of cataracts, clouding of the lens, and glaucoma, increased pressure in the eye, both of which can contribute to vision impairment. Regular eye exams are crucial for people with diabetes, as early detection and treatment can help prevent severe vision loss. The skin, increased risk of infections and slow healing. Diabetes affects the body's ability to fight infections, making the skin more prone to bacterial and fungal infections. High blood sugar provides a perfect environment for bacteria and fungi to grow, leading to conditions like foot ulcers, boils, and yeast infections. Wounds and cuts take longer to heal because poor circulation reduces the supply of oxygen and nutrients needed for tissue repair. This is why even minor injuries can become serious if not properly cared for. The immune system, increased susceptibility to illness. Diabetes weakens the immune system, making it harder for the body to fight off infections. People with diabetes are more prone to illnesses like pneumonia, urinary tract infections, and even gum disease. When infections occur, they tend to be more severe and take longer to heal. The increased risk of infections is one of the reasons why vaccines, such as the flu shot and pneumonia vaccine, are highly recommended for people with diabetes. Preventing illness is an important part of diabetes management. The brain, cognitive function, and mental health. Diabetes doesn't just affect physical health, it also has a significant impact on the brain. Studies have shown that people with diabetes are at a higher risk of developing dementia and Alzheimer's disease. High blood sugar levels, along with damage to blood vessels, may contribute to cognitive decline over time. In addition to dementia risk, diabetes is also linked to mental health issues like depression and anxiety. Managing a chronic condition can be overwhelming, leading to stress and emotional distress. Fluctuating blood sugar levels can also contribute to mood swings, making it even more challenging to cope. Diabetes and its silent nature. One of the biggest challenges with diabetes is that its effects are often silent in the early stages. Many complications develop slowly over time, without obvious symptoms. By the time noticeable problems arise, significant damage may have already occurred. This is why regular medical checkups, blood tests, and screenings are crucial for detecting issues early and preventing complications. The importance of early intervention. The good news is that many diabetes-related complications can be prevented or delayed with proper management. Keeping blood sugar levels stable, eating a balanced diet, staying active, and taking medications as prescribed can help protect the body from damage. Regular checkups with doctors, eye specialists, and foot care professionals can catch problems early before they become severe. Diabetes is a condition that affects the entire body, but with the right knowledge and proactive care, its impact can be minimized. In the next chapter, we will discuss the different approaches to managing diabetes, both medical and lifestyle-based, to help people live healthier, longer lives despite the condition. Chapter 6. Managing diabetes. A holistic approach. Living with diabetes doesn't mean giving up on a healthy and fulfilling life. While diabetes is a chronic condition, it can be effectively managed with the right approach. Management isn't just about taking medication, it's about making lifestyle changes, staying informed, and adopting habits that help control blood sugar levels and prevent complications. With proper care, people with diabetes can lead normal, active lives while minimizing health risks. The key to managing diabetes is keeping blood sugar levels within a healthy range. This means avoiding both high blood sugar, hyperglycemia, and low blood sugar, hypoglycemia. When blood sugar is too high, it can lead to long-term damage to the body's organs. On the other hand, if it drops too low, it can cause dizziness, confusion, fainting, and in severe cases, even coma. To achieve balance, it's essential to monitor blood sugar levels regularly. This helps identify patterns and understand how different foods, activities, and medications affect blood sugar. Many people with diabetes use blood glucose meters or continuous glucose monitors, CGMs, to track their levels in real time. Diet, eating smart, not less. A healthy diet is one of the most effective ways to manage diabetes. However, this doesn't mean giving up all favorite foods. It's about making smarter choices and balancing meals to maintain stable blood sugar levels. Carbohydrates have the biggest impact on blood sugar, so it's important to choose them wisely. Instead of refined carbs like white bread, sugary cereals, and pastries, Opt for complex carbohydrates such as whole grains, vegetables, and legumes. These break down more slowly in the body, preventing rapid spikes in blood sugar. Fiber-rich foods are especially beneficial for diabetes management. They slow down digestion, keep you full longer, and help regulate blood sugar levels. Good sources of fiber include fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and whole grains. Protein and healthy fats also play a key role. Protein helps with muscle maintenance and keeps hunger in check, while healthy fats from sources like olive oil, avocados, and nuts support heart health. A balanced plate should include lean proteins, fiber-rich carbs, and healthy fats to ensure steady energy levels throughout the day. Exercise, moving to improve insulin sensitivity. Physical activity is one of the most powerful tools for managing diabetes. Exercise helps the body use insulin more effectively, lowers blood sugar levels, and improves overall health. Even simple activities like walking, stretching, or doing household chores can have a positive impact. The best type of exercise is one that fits into daily life and is enjoyable. This could include brisk walking, cycling, swimming, dancing, or strength training. Ideally, at least minutes of moderate activity most days of the week can improve insulin sensitivity and overall well-being. Strength training is particularly beneficial because it helps build muscle, which in turn helps the body use glucose more efficiently. Even light resistance exercises like bodyweight squats or lifting household objects can make a difference. Medications, finding the right balance. For some people, lifestyle changes alone may not be enough to manage diabetes. Medications or insulin therapy may be necessary to keep blood sugar levels in check. Type 1 diabetes always requires insulin because the body no longer produces it. Insulin can be delivered through injections or insulin pumps, and the dosage is carefully adjusted based on blood sugar levels, diet, and activity. For type 2 diabetes, medications vary depending on the severity of the condition. Some drugs help the body use insulin more effectively, while others slow down the absorption of sugar from food. In some cases, insulin may be needed if blood sugar cannot be controlled through other means. It's important to work closely with a healthcare provider to determine the best medication plan and adjust it as needed. Taking medications as prescribed, combined with a healthy lifestyle, can help prevent complications and keep blood sugar stable. Stress and sleep, the hidden factors. Many people underestimate the impact of stress and sleep on diabetes. However, both play a crucial role in blood sugar control. Chronic stress causes the body to release hormones like cortisol, which can increase blood sugar levels. Managing stress through meditation, deep breathing, yoga, or simply taking time to relax can make a significant difference. Finding enjoyable activities, spending time with loved ones, and practicing mindfulness can help reduce stress and keep diabetes under control. Sleep is just as important. Poor sleep can affect insulin sensitivity and make blood sugar levels harder to control. Aim for at least 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night by maintaining a consistent bedtime, avoiding screens before bed, and creating a relaxing nighttime routine. Regular checkups, staying ahead of diabetes. Routine medical checkups are essential for keeping diabetes in check and catching potential complications early. Doctors may recommend regular blood tests, eye exams, kidney function tests, and foot screenings to monitor overall health. It's also important to have an open dialogue with healthcare providers. Keeping track of blood sugar levels, medication effects, and any new symptoms can help doctors adjust treatment plans as needed. Empowerment through education. One of the best ways to manage diabetes is through knowledge. Understanding how diabetes works, learning about new research, and staying informed about treatment options can empower individuals to take control of their health. Diabetes education programs, online resources, and support groups can all provide valuable information and motivation. A manageable condition, not a life sentence. Diabetes is not a condition that should cause fear or hopelessness. With the right approach, it can be managed effectively, allowing people to live full and healthy lives. Small changes in diet, exercise, and daily habits can have a huge impact on long-term health. By focusing on progress rather than perfection and making gradual improvements over time, managing diabetes can become a natural part of life rather than a constant struggle. The key is consistency, balance, and a positive mindset. In the next chapter, we will explain the latest advancements in diabetes research and treatment, highlighting new technologies and medical breakthroughs that offer hope for the future. Chapter 7. Advances in Diabetes Research and Treatment. Diabetes management has come a long way in the past few decades. While there is still no complete cure, ongoing research continues to improve treatment options, making it easier to control blood sugar levels and prevent complications. New medications, cutting-edge technology, and even potential cures are being explored, offering hope for millions of people living with diabetes. The evolution of diabetes treatment. For much of history, diabetes was considered a fatal disease. Before the discovery of insulin in 1921, people with type 1 diabetes had little chance of survival. The breakthrough changed everything, allowing people with diabetes to live longer and healthier lives. Over the years, advancements in medicine and technology have made managing diabetes more effective and convenient. Insulin innovations. From injections to smart pumps, insulin therapy has evolved significantly since its discovery. In the past, insulin injections were unpredictable, requiring strict meal timing and lifestyle adjustments. Today, there are several types of insulin designed to work at different speeds, providing better blood sugar control. One of the biggest advancements is insulin pumps, which deliver continuous insulin through a small device attached to the body. These pumps allow for more precise dosing, reducing the risk of blood sugar spikes and crashes. Even more advanced are automated insulin delivery systems, also known as artificial pancreas technology, which use real-time blood sugar monitoring to adjust insulin levels automatically. Continuous glucose monitoring, CGM, and smart sensors. For years, managing diabetes required frequent finger prick tests to check blood sugar levels. However, continuous glucose monitors, CGMs, have transformed diabetes care by providing real-time blood sugar readings throughout the day. These small wearable devices measure glucose levels through a tiny sensor inserted under the skin, eliminating the need for constant finger pricks. CGMs can send alerts when blood sugar is too high or too low, helping people take action before problems arise. Some of the latest models can even connect to smartphones and smartwatches, allowing for easy tracking and sharing of data with doctors or caregivers. New medications and treatments. Beyond insulin, scientists have developed medications that help the body regulate blood sugar in new ways. Some of the most promising drugs include GLP-1 receptor agonists. These medications, such as semaglutide and liraglutide, help the body produce insulin when needed, slow down digestion, and reduce appetite. Many people with type 2 diabetes also experience weight loss when taking these drugs, which can further improve blood sugar control. SGLT2 inhibitors. These medications work by helping the kidneys remove excess glucose through urine. They not only lower blood sugar, but also have protective benefits for the heart and kidneys. Dual and triple therapy medications. New combination drugs offer multiple benefits in a single pill, making treatment more convenient and effective. For many people with type 2 diabetes, these new medications provide better blood sugar control without the need for insulin injections. Stem cell therapy and potential cures. One of the most exciting areas of diabetes research is stem cell therapy, which aims to regenerate insulin-producing cells in the pancreas. Scientists are working on ways to transplant lab-grown beta cells into people with diabetes, potentially restoring the body's ability to produce insulin naturally. Early clinical trials have shown promising results, with some patients experiencing improved blood sugar control without the need for insulin therapy. However, this treatment is still in the experimental stage and not yet widely available. Other potential cures being studied include gene therapy and immune system modifications that prevent the destruction of insulin-producing cells in type 1 diabetes. While these treatments are not yet ready for widespread use, they represent a major step forward in the fight against diabetes. Personalized medicine and artificial intelligence. The future of diabetes care is becoming more personalized, with treatments tailored to an individual's genetic makeup, lifestyle, and specific health needs. Artificial intelligence, AI, is playing a growing role in diabetes management, helping to analyze data from CGMs, insulin pumps, and other devices to provide customized recommendations for better blood sugar control. AI-driven apps can predict blood sugar trends, suggest dietary adjustments, and even provide early warnings for potential complications. As technology continues to advance, managing diabetes will become even more precise and personalized. The role of diet and lifestyle in future treatments. While medical advancements are making diabetes easier to manage, research continues to show that diet and lifestyle play a crucial role in treatment. Studies have found that some people with type 2 diabetes can achieve remission through intensive lifestyle changes, such as weight loss, exercise, and dietary modifications. Programs like low-carb diets, intermittent fasting, and plant-based eating plans are being studied for their potential to improve insulin sensitivity and reduce the need for medication. Although not a cure, these approaches show that diabetes management goes beyond just medication. It's about a comprehensive lifestyle strategy. Looking forward, a future without diabetes. With ongoing research, the future of diabetes treatment looks promising. Scientists are working on smarter medications, more advanced technology, and even potential cures that could change the way diabetes is treated forever. In the meantime, people living with diabetes have more tools than ever to take control of their health and lead full, active lives. In the next chapter, we will explain real-life stories of people who have successfully managed their diabetes, providing inspiration and practical lessons for anyone facing this condition. Chapter 8. Real-life stories, triumphs over diabetes. Diabetes is more than just a medical condition, it is a daily reality for millions of people around the world. While it can be challenging, many individuals have found ways to take control of their health and live fulfilling lives. Their stories serve as powerful reminders that diabetes management is possible with the right mindset, support, and lifestyle changes. In this chapter, we share real-life experiences of people who have overcome obstacles, adapted to their diagnosis, and discovered new ways to thrive despite diabetes. Learning to adapt, Sarah's journey with type 1 diabetes. Sarah was only 12 years old when she was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. At first, she felt overwhelmed by the constant need to monitor her blood sugar, take insulin injections, and count every meal's carbohydrate content. She hated feeling different from her friends and struggled with the restrictions diabetes placed on her life. As she grew older, Sarah realized that she had two choices: let diabetes control her or take control of it. She chose the latter. She educated herself about insulin pumps, continuous glucose monitors, and how exercise affected her blood sugar. She also connected with other people living with type 1 diabetes through online communities, which gave her a sense of belonging and motivation. Today, Sarah is a fitness instructor, proving that diabetes doesn't have to hold anyone back. She uses her platform to educate others about managing diabetes through exercise, proper nutrition, and mental resilience. Diabetes has taught me discipline and strength, she says. It's not a limitation. It's a challenge that I have learned to master. Beating type 2 diabetes, David's lifestyle transformation. David was in his early 40s when he was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. His doctor warned him that if he didn't change his lifestyle, he would need to rely on medications for the rest of his life. At first, he felt frustrated and even blamed himself for the diagnosis, but instead of giving up, he made a decision that changed his future. Determined to turn things around, David started with small changes, walking for 30 minutes a day, cutting back on sugary drinks, and swapping processed foods for whole foods. Within a few months, he lost weight, his blood sugar levels improved, and he felt more energetic than he had in years. After a year of consistent effort, David's doctor informed him that his blood sugar levels had returned to a normal range. He had put his diabetes into remission without medication. Now he mentors others who are newly diagnosed, showing them that lifestyle changes can make a real difference. It wasn't easy, David admits, but once I saw the results, I knew it was worth every effort. Pregnancy and diabetes. Lisa's experience with gestational diabetes. Lisa had always been healthy, so she was surprised when she was diagnosed with gestational diabetes during her second pregnancy. At first, she worried about how it would affect her baby and whether she would develop type 2 diabetes later in life. With the support of her doctor, Lisa followed a strict meal plan, monitored her blood sugar regularly, and stayed active with prenatal yoga. By making these changes, she was able to keep her blood sugar under control and deliver a healthy baby without complications. After giving birth, her blood sugar levels returned to normal, but the experience made her more conscious of her long-term health. Now she continues to follow a balanced diet and stays active to reduce her risk of developing type 2 diabetes in the future. Gestational diabetes was a wake-up call, Lisa says. It made me prioritize my health, not just for me, but for my family. Breaking the family cycle. Jamal's story. Jamal grew up in a family where diabetes was common. His father, uncle, and grandmother all had type 2 diabetes, and he assumed it was only a matter of time before he developed it too. When he was diagnosed in his late 30s, he initially accepted it as fate. But after attending a diabetes education program, Jamal realized that his lifestyle played a bigger role than genetics. He started cooking healthier meals, reducing his stress levels, and taking regular walks with his kids. Slowly but surely, his blood sugar levels stabilized, and he avoided the complications that had affected his family members. Now, Jamal is teaching his children about healthy eating and staying active so that they don't follow the same path. I thought diabetes was unavoidable, he says, but I learned that I had the power to change my future. The power of support. Maria's diabetes journey. Maria struggled with managing her diabetes for years. She often felt isolated and overwhelmed, unsure if she was making the right choices. Her turning point came when she joined a local diabetes support group. Through the group, she met others who understood her struggles and offered practical tips. She learned how to make healthier meals without feeling deprived, found an exercise routine that she enjoyed, and gained the confidence to advocate for her health. Maria's journey shows the importance of community. Diabetes can feel lonely, she says, but when you surround yourself with people who support you, everything becomes easier. A common thread, taking control. These stories all share a common message. Diabetes doesn't have to define a person's life. While managing diabetes requires effort, it's possible to live well with the condition. Through education, support, and lifestyle changes, many people have successfully controlled their diabetes, improved their quality of life, and even reversed their condition. The next chapter will focus on practical, step-by-step strategies for building a diabetes-friendly lifestyle, covering meal planning, exercise routines, and habits that promote long-term health. Chapter 9. Building a diabetes-friendly lifestyle. Living with diabetes doesn't mean giving up the things you enjoy. With the right approach, it's possible to manage blood sugar levels, reduce health risks, and still lead a fulfilling life. The key is to build sustainable habits that support long-term health while fitting into your daily routine. This chapter will focus on practical strategies for managing diabetes through nutrition, exercise, stress management, and healthy habits that make a real difference. The power of nutrition in diabetes management. What you eat plays a crucial role in blood sugar control. A well-balanced diet can help keep glucose levels stable, prevent complications, and improve overall well-being. The goal is not to follow a restrictive diet, but to make smart choices that work for your body. Choosing the right carbohydrates. Carbohydrates have the biggest impact on blood sugar, so it's important to choose them wisely. Instead of cutting carbs completely, focus on quality. Whole grains, legumes, vegetables, and fiber-rich fruits provide slow-releasing energy, which helps prevent blood sugar spikes. On the other hand, processed foods, sugary snacks, and refined grains can cause sudden glucose surges. Portion control is just as important as the type of carbs you eat. Monitoring portions and pairing carbohydrates with protein or healthy fats can slow digestion and help maintain steady blood sugar levels. The role of protein and healthy fats. Protein is essential for maintaining muscle mass, keeping you full and stabilizing blood sugar. Lean meats, fish, eggs, tofu, and beans are excellent choices. Healthy fats, such as avocados, nuts, seeds, and olive oil, also help with satiety and can improve heart health, which is particularly important for people with diabetes. Meal timing and planning. Eating meals at consistent times each day helps regulate blood sugar. Skipping meals or eating large portions irregularly can cause fluctuations that make diabetes harder to control. A well-planned meal schedule, with balanced portions and snacks if needed, can prevent crashes and spikes. A simple strategy is the plate method. Half your plate should be filled with non-starchy vegetables. A quarter should contain lean protein. The remaining quarter should include healthy carbohydrates like quinoa, brown rice, or whole grains. Exercise, a natural way to control blood sugar. Regular physical activity is one of the most effective ways to manage diabetes. Exercise helps lower blood sugar by increasing insulin sensitivity, allowing cells to use glucose more efficiently. It also improves cardiovascular health, aids in weight management, and reduces stress. Finding the right exercise routine. You don't have to spend hours in the gym to see results. The best exercise is the one that fits your lifestyle and is enjoyable enough to stick with. Some effective options include walking. A simple 30-minute walk after meals can help regulate blood sugar. Strength training. Building muscle improves insulin sensitivity and helps with long-term glucose control. Yoga and stretching. These activities reduce stress, improve flexibility, and support overall health. Aerobic exercises. Activities like cycling, swimming, or dancing can improve heart health and keep blood sugar levels in check. Staying consistent. For long-term success, consistency is key. Set realistic goals, start with small changes, and gradually increase your activity level. Even short bursts of movement throughout the day, such as standing up every hour, taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or doing household chores, can make a difference. Stress and diabetes, managing the mind-body. Connection. Stress is often overlooked in diabetes management, but it plays a significant role in blood sugar control. When you're stressed, your body releases hormones like cortisol and adrenaline, which can cause blood sugar to rise. Chronic stress can also lead to unhealthy habits like emotional eating, poor sleep, or neglecting self-care. Practical stress management techniques. Managing stress doesn't mean eliminating it completely. It's about finding ways to cope effectively. Some proven strategies include deep breathing and meditation. Simple breathing exercises can lower stress levels and improve blood sugar control. Physical activity. Exercise is a natural stress reliever that boosts mood and lowers anxiety. Hobbies and relaxation. Engaging in enjoyable activities such as reading, gardening, or listening to music can provide a mental reset. Social support. Talking to friends, family, or joining a diabetes support group can reduce feelings of isolation and provide encouragement. Healthy sleep habits for blood sugar control. Many people don't realize how closely sleep and diabetes are linked. Poor sleep can increase insulin resistance, disrupt hunger hormones, and make blood sugar levels harder to control. Adults with diabetes should aim for at least 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep per night. Tips for better sleep. Stick to a regular sleep schedule, even on weekends. Create a relaxing bedtime routine, such as reading or meditation. Avoid screens and blue light before bed, as they can interfere with melatonin production. Limit caffeine and alcohol intake, especially in the evening. Ensure your sleep environment is cool, dark, and comfortable. Breaking bad habits and building better ones. Managing diabetes successfully often requires letting go of habits that contribute to poor health and replacing them with positive ones. Some important changes include reducing sugar-sweetened beverages, soda, fruit juice, energy drinks, and choosing water or herbal teas instead. Cutting back on processed and fast foods and preparing more home-cooked meals. Avoiding excessive alcohol and smoking, as both can worsen diabetes complications. Monitoring blood sugar regularly to understand how different foods and activities affect your levels. Small changes, big results. The key to building a diabetes-friendly lifestyle is consistency. Small daily changes, like adding more vegetables to your meals, taking a short walk after dinner, or practicing stress relief techniques, can add up to significant improvements over time. Rather than striving for perfection, focus on progress. Diabetes management is a journey, and every step in the right direction brings better health, more energy, and an improved quality of life. In the next chapter, we will discuss diabetes complications, how to prevent them, recognize early warning signs, and take proactive steps to protect long-term health. Chapter 10. Understanding and Preventing Diabetes Complications. Diabetes is often called a silent disease because in the early stages it may not cause noticeable symptoms. However, if left unmanaged, high blood sugar can lead to serious complications affecting nearly every part of the body. The good news is that most diabetes-related complications can be prevented or delayed with proper management, regular checkups, and a proactive approach to health. This chapter will explore the most common complications of diabetes, how they develop, and what you can do to protect yourself. How high blood sugar damages the body. When blood sugar levels remain high over time, they start to damage blood vessels and nerves. This damage occurs gradually, often without immediate symptoms, making it crucial to maintain regular health screenings. The longer diabetes is uncontrolled, the higher the risk of complications. The organs most affected include the heart, kidneys, eyes, nerves, and feet. Heart disease and stroke. People with diabetes are at a much higher risk of developing heart disease and experiencing strokes. High blood sugar can lead to inflammation and narrowing of blood vessels, increasing the likelihood of high blood pressure, cholesterol problems, and blood clots. Prevention tips. Monitor blood sugar, blood pressure, and cholesterol levels regularly. Eat a heart-healthy diet rich in vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, and healthy fats. Engage in regular physical activity, such as walking, swimming, or strength training. Avoid smoking and limit alcohol consumption. Kidney damage, diabetic nephropathy. The kidneys filter waste from the blood, but high sugar levels can overwork them, leading to kidney disease. In severe cases, kidney failure may require dialysis or a transplant. Prevention tips. Keep blood sugar and blood pressure under control. Drink plenty of water to help the kidneys function properly. Limit excessive protein intake, which can strain the kidneys. Have regular urine and blood tests to detect early signs of kidney problems. Eye problems, diabetic retinopathy. Diabetes can damage the tiny blood vessels in the eyes, leading to vision problems and, in severe cases, blindness. Other diabetes-related eye conditions include cataracts and glaucoma. Prevention tips. Have a comprehensive eye exam at least once a year. Manage blood sugar levels to prevent damage to the retina. Wear sunglasses to protect your eyes from UV damage. Seek medical attention if you notice blurry vision, floaters, or difficulty seeing at night. Nerve damage, diabetic neuropathy. Nerve damage is a common complication of diabetes, often starting in the hands and feet. It can cause pain, tingling, numbness, and in severe cases, loss of sensation. This can lead to injuries and infections that go unnoticed. Prevention tips. Keep blood sugar levels stable to prevent nerve damage. Check your feet daily for cuts, sores, or signs of infection. Wear comfortable, well-fitting shoes to avoid foot injuries. Stay active to improve circulation and nerve function. Foot complications and amputations. Diabetes-related nerve damage and poor circulation can lead to foot ulcers and infections, which, if untreated, may require amputation. Many diabetes-related amputations can be prevented with proper foot care. Prevention tips. Wash and inspect your feet daily. Moisturize to prevent dry, cracked skin, but avoid applying lotion between the toes. Trim nails carefully to avoid ingrown toenails. Avoid walking barefoot to prevent injuries. Have regular foot exams with a healthcare provider. Skin and oral health issues. People with diabetes are more prone to infections, slow wound healing, and skin conditions such as bacterial and fungal infections. Gum disease is also more common in those with high blood sugar levels. Prevention tips. Maintain good oral hygiene by brushing and flossing daily. Visit the dentist regularly for cleanings and checkups. Keep skin clean and moisturized to prevent infections. Treat cuts and wounds immediately to avoid complications. Sexual health and diabetes. Diabetes can affect sexual health in both men and women. In men, it can lead to erectile dysfunction due to nerve damage and poor circulation. In women, it can cause vaginal dryness, infections, and reduced libido. Prevention tips. Manage blood sugar levels to improve circulation and nerve health. Maintain open communication with your healthcare provider about any concerns. Adopt a healthy lifestyle that includes regular exercise and a balanced diet. Consider medical treatments if necessary, under a doctor's guidance. Cognitive health, the link between diabetes and dementia. Recent research suggests that poorly controlled diabetes increases the risk of dementia and cognitive decline. High blood sugar, insulin resistance, and inflammation can affect brain function over time. Prevention tips. Keep blood sugar and blood pressure in a healthy range. Stay mentally active with reading, puzzles, and learning new skills. Engage in regular physical activity to improve brain health. Follow a diet rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and whole foods. The importance of regular checkups. Early detection is key to preventing complications. Regular medical checkups, blood tests, and screenings can catch problems before they become serious. A proactive approach includes A1C tests every 3 to 6 months to track long-term blood sugar control, eye exams annually to check for signs of retinopathy, kidney function tests to detect early signs of kidney disease, blood pressure and cholesterol checks to reduce heart disease risk, foot exams to prevent infections and complications. Taking control of your future. Diabetes complications are serious, but they are not inevitable. The best way to protect yourself is by taking charge of your health through proper blood sugar management, lifestyle adjustments, and regular medical care. Small daily efforts like making healthy food choices, staying active, reducing stress, and monitoring your health can lead to a long and fulfilling life, free from severe complications. The next chapter will focus on the latest medical advancements in diabetes treatment, including new medications, technological innovations, and groundbreaking research that is shaping the future of diabetes care. Chapter 11: The Future of Diabetes Treatment and Innovations. Diabetes management has come a long way in recent years, with groundbreaking advancements in medication, technology, and research, transforming the way people control their blood sugar levels. Scientists and medical professionals are constantly working toward more effective treatments and even potential cures to make life easier for those living with diabetes. This chapter will explore some of the most exciting innovations in diabetes care, from new medications to cutting-edge technology and ongoing research that could redefine diabetes treatment in the future. Advancements in diabetes medications. For years, insulin and oral medications have been the primary treatment options for diabetes. However, newer drugs are offering better blood sugar control, fewer side effects, and added benefits for heart and kidney health. GLP-1 receptor agonists and SGLT2 inhibitors. These newer classes of medications help manage blood sugar levels in different ways. GLP 易受体激动剂如奥泽密科、特氯利系和木恩加洛，刺激胰岛素产生，减慢消化，减少食欲，导致血糖控制更好，体重减轻。SGLT2 inhibitors, such as Jardiance and Farxiga, help the kidneys remove excess glucose through urine, improving blood sugar levels while also reducing the risk of heart disease and kidney damage. Both of these medications have revolutionized diabetes treatment by not only managing glucose levels, but also offering additional health benefits. Once-weekly and oral insulin. Traditionally, people with diabetes have needed multiple insulin injections daily. Researchers are now developing once-weekly insulin formulations that could significantly reduce the burden of daily injections. Additionally, oral insulin, a long-sought breakthrough, is being tested as a potential alternative to injections, making treatment more convenient and less invasive. Diabetes technology, a game changer. Technology has played a crucial role in improving diabetes management, making it easier to track blood sugar levels, administer insulin, and stay informed about overall health. Continuous glucose monitoring, CGM devices, such as the Dexcom G7 and Freestyle Libre, have changed how people monitor their blood sugar. Unlike traditional finger prick tests, these small wearable sensors provide real-time glucose readings, alerting users to high or low blood sugar levels before they become dangerous. Some CGMs can even sync with smartphones, allowing users to monitor their levels effortlessly. Automated insulin delivery systems, artificial pancreas. An artificial pancreas, also known as a hybrid closed-loop system, combines a CGM with an insulin pump that automatically adjusts insulin delivery based on blood sugar readings. Devices like the Tandem T Slimmer X2 and Medtronic MiniMed 780G help maintain stable glucose levels with minimal effort, reducing the risk of complications and making diabetes management more precise and efficient. Smart insulin pens and apps. Smart insulin pens track insulin doses, remind users when to take their medication, and sync with mobile apps to help manage diabetes data. These innovations make it easier to follow treatment plans and avoid insulin miscalculations. The role of artificial intelligence and big data. Artificial intelligence, AI, is transforming healthcare, and diabetes management is no exception. AI-powered tools analyze blood sugar trends, predict future fluctuations, and provide personalized recommendations for diet, exercise, and medication. Some diabetes apps use AI to offer real-time coaching, helping users make informed decisions about their health, stem cell therapy, and potential cures. One of the most promising areas of diabetes research is stem cell therapy. Scientists are working on ways to regenerate insulin-producing beta cells in the pancreas, which could potentially cure type 1 diabetes and improve treatment for type 2 diabetes. Beta cell transplants. Some studies have successfully implanted lab-grown beta cells into people with diabetes, allowing their bodies to produce insulin naturally. Gene therapy. Researchers are exploring ways to alter genes that influence insulin production, potentially offering a long-term solution to diabetes. Though these treatments are still in the experimental stage, they represent a future where diabetes may no longer be a lifelong condition. Personalized medicine, tailoring treatment to each individual. Every person with diabetes is different, and the future of treatment is shifting toward personalized medicine. This approach considers a person's genetics, lifestyle, and unique health needs to create a customized treatment plan. Advances in genetic testing and precision medicine are making it possible to predict how a person will respond to certain medications, ensuring they receive the most effective treatment with minimal side effects. The future of diabetes prevention. With diabetes rates rising worldwide, researchers are also focusing on prevention strategies. Public health initiatives are promoting healthier eating, increased physical activity, and early screening for at-risk individuals. Studies are also exploring the role of gut bacteria, inflammation, and metabolism in diabetes development, which could lead to new prevention methods in the future. A new era of diabetes. Care diabetes treatment is evolving rapidly, and the future looks promising. With continuous improvements in medication, technology, and research, managing diabetes is becoming easier, safer, and more personalized. While a complete cure is still on the horizon, these innovations are improving the quality of life for millions of people worldwide. As we move forward, it is essential for people with diabetes to stay informed, embrace new advancements, and work closely with healthcare providers to find the best treatment options. The next chapter will focus on the emotional and psychological impact of living with diabetes, offering strategies to maintain a positive mindset and build resilience while managing this lifelong condition. Chapter 12. Empowering yourself to take control of diabetes. Diabetes can feel overwhelming, but the good news is that it doesn't have to control your life. With the right knowledge, mindset, and support system, managing diabetes becomes much easier. Many people with diabetes live long, healthy, and fulfilling lives by making informed choices and taking proactive steps. This chapter focuses on how you can take control of your health, build a positive approach to diabetes management, and stay motivated for the long run. One of the most important things to remember is that diabetes management is a journey, not a one-time fix. There will be ups and downs, but every small step counts. Start by understanding your body and how it responds to different foods, activities, and medications. Tracking your blood sugar levels regularly can help you identify patterns and make necessary adjustments. It's not about being perfect. It's about making progress and learning what works best for you. Adopting a sustainable and realistic approach to your lifestyle is crucial. Fad diets, extreme restrictions, or overly intense workout plans are difficult to maintain in the long run. Instead, focus on making small, consistent changes. Choose nutritious foods that you enjoy. Find physical activities that fit into your daily routine, and develop habits that promote overall well-being. The key is to create a plan that you can stick with for life, rather than relying on short-term solutions. Mental health also plays a significant role in diabetes management. It's natural to feel frustrated or discouraged at times, especially when dealing with fluctuating blood sugar levels or lifestyle adjustments. However, maintaining a positive mindset and managing stress effectively can improve overall health outcomes. Practices like mindfulness, meditation, and deep breathing can help reduce stress, while connecting with supportive friends, family, or a diabetes community can make a big difference. Another essential aspect of taking control is staying informed. Research on diabetes is constantly evolving, with new treatments, technologies, and strategies emerging. Keeping up with the latest developments can empower you to make better decisions about your health. Whether it's reading reputable health sources, talking to your doctor, or joining support groups, staying educated ensures that you have the tools needed to manage your condition effectively. Finally, remember that you are not alone. Millions of people worldwide are managing diabetes successfully, and many resources are available to support you. Whether it's through medical professionals, online communities, or local diabetes organizations, seeking guidance and encouragement can make a huge difference. Taking control of diabetes is about making informed choices, building sustainable habits, and maintaining a positive outlook. Every effort you make towards better health matters, and the more proactive you are, the more freedom you gain in your daily life. As you move forward, embrace the journey with confidence, knowing that you have the power to live well with diabetes. Conclusion: moving forward with confidence. Diabetes is a complex condition, and for many people the journey toward understanding and managing it can feel overwhelming. But as we have explained throughout this book, diabetes is not simply caused by eating too much sugar, nor is it a one-size-fits-all disease. It is influenced by multiple factors, including genetics, lifestyle choices, and environmental triggers. By breaking down the myths and focusing on the science, we've gained a clearer picture of what truly causes diabetes and how to manage it effectively. The most important takeaway is that diabetes does not have to define your life. While it requires attention and care, it is entirely possible to live a full, healthy, and active life with the right strategies in place. Whether you have diabetes yourself, are at risk, or are supporting a loved one, knowledge is your most powerful tool. Understanding how diabetes works, making informed decisions about food and exercise, and staying proactive in medical care can all make a significant difference in long-term health outcomes. Science and medicine are constantly evolving, and new advancements in diabetes treatment continue to offer hope for better management, and even potential cures in the future. From innovative medications to cutting-edge technology like continuous glucose monitors and artificial pancreas systems, the future of diabetes care is more promising than ever. Staying informed and keeping an open mind about new developments can help you take advantage of the best possible treatments available. Beyond medical advancements, living well with diabetes is also about balance. It's about finding a lifestyle that works for you, one that is realistic, sustainable, and enjoyable. Strict restrictions and fear-based approaches to food and activity often lead to burnout. Instead, focusing on moderation, making gradual improvements, and building healthy habits that fit into your daily routine can lead to long-term success. Support is also crucial. Diabetes can feel isolating at times, but no one has to face it alone. Whether it's through family, friends, healthcare providers, or diabetes support groups, building a strong support system can make managing the condition much easier. Emotional support, shared experiences, and encouragement from others can help you stay motivated and resilient. As we conclude this book, the goal is not just to provide information, but to empower you to take control of your health with confidence. Diabetes is a challenge, but it is one that can be managed with the right mindset, knowledge, and support. You have the power to make choices that benefit your health, improve your quality of life, and reduce the risks of complications. Moving forward, let this be a journey of empowerment rather than fear. Focus on what you can control, stay open to learning, and take small, consistent steps toward a healthier future. Your health is in your hands, and every positive change, no matter how small, brings you closer to a better, longer, and healthier life. Thank you for listening to Diabetes Beyond Sugar, separating myths from science for a healthier future. We hope this guide has helped clear up common myths and brought you closer to understanding how to manage diabetes with confidence and clarity. But this is just the beginning. If you're ready to go deeper and uncover the hidden factors that influence blood sugar, like stress, hormones, aging, and more, be sure to check out Diabetes Beyond Sugar 2, The Overlooked Factors That Influence Blood Sugar. Together, these books offer a complete picture for a healthier, more empowered future. Stay informed, stay healthy, stay spirited with MedSpirit.